Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on External Negotiations of CARICOM is currently meeting here to consider critical issues pertaining to the community's trade relations with third states. The meeting opened this morning at the CARICOM Secretariat, was attended by several regional heads, including President Barrow Jaldio and Barbados' Prime Minister David Thompson. Edward Lane reports.
Among the matters considered was the incorporation of the Caribbean Regional Negotiating Machinery into the CARICOM Secretariat as a specialized department. The assimilation of the CRNM into the Secretariat was endorsed at the last heads meeting in Belize in March. The subcommittee also examined the preparations for the commencement of the CARICOM Canada negotiations for a trade and development agreement. Senior trade officials of CARICOM and Canada had been engaged in exploratory technical discussions to identify the broad subject scope and structure of the negotiations. Heads of government had also approved the draft CARICOM negotiation brief to be used as the basis for the commencement of negotiations. Another item examined at the meeting is the implementation of the Economic Partnership Agreement CARIFORUM signed with the European Union last October. In February, a unit was established by the CARICOM Secretariat to coordinate the implementation of the agreement in keeping with a mandate handed down by the heads. The provisional application of the EPA became effective on December 29, 2009. CARICOM's future external trade negotiations agenda of CARICOM and regional developments related to bananas was also discussed at the meeting. A report from this meeting will be sent to the Heads of Government Conference to be opened here tomorrow for consideration. Edward Lane, the 6 o'clock news.
Executive Officer of the President Youth Award Program, Republic of Guyana, Captain Alfred King, has been appointed Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon made the announcement during his weekly press briefing today. King joins the rank of recently appointed Permanent Secretaries in the Ministry of Legal Affairs, Amerindian Affairs and Housing and Water. Captain King has replaced Colonel Keith Booker, who is now retired after serving for decades.
This is the NCN 6 o'clock news. Local singer Balis is accused of being the mastermind behind the recent drug bust involving the two Canadian women. Walter Aaron was arrested on Tuesday and remains in the custody of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit as investigations continue. Meanwhile, one of the two Canadian women is expected to attend court tomorrow, while the other is hospitalized after surgery. The women, both 21 years old, were found at the Chadijagan International Airport with pellets of cocaine in their luggage and later confessed to having swallowed the rest. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon says the World Bank's approval of Guyana's readiness plan has further boosted its low-carbon development strategy. He says the plan will significantly contribute to the development of a mature strategy. Details from Unika Jones.
Gave approval for Guyana's readiness plan during its third meeting of the Participants Committee of the First Carbon Partnership Facility in Switzerland in mid-June. The readiness plan entails developing a reference scenario of countries' projected deforestation patterns and strategy to reduce deforestation while conserving standing forest. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon noted that the approval will boost Guyana's recently launched low-carbon development strategy.
The approval of the Guyana R plan, an output of the RED and its application to Guyana, has given a further boost to the low carbon development strategy, as the R plan contributes to the development of the mature strategy.
Guyana and Panama were listed as countries with relatively strong institutional frameworks. Meanwhile, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon says encouraging reports have been submitted from regional consultations held on the low-carbon development strategy.
The steering committee of the low-carbon development strategy would now have its documents placed on the website. Corporate support initiated by GT&T using SMS, and also international and indigenous NGOs are also on board with their support.
Public consultations have been held in Regions 1, 2, and 9 so far. This will continue in Region 10 on Monday. Onika Jones, NCN 6 O'Clock News.
The new Guyana Marketing Corporation has launched an Agriculture Market Information Service, AMIS, in collaboration with Digicel. The service, which is only available to Digicel customers, is said to be one of the many ways of improving the marketing capacity of the sector, which has been feeble for some time. The Agriculture Market Information Service is a telecommunications service that is being extended to both residents and non-residents. Persons will be able to access commodities and cash crop prices on the two main local markets, as well as that of Barbados and Trinidad. This is done through short messaging system, SMS. The service also gives consumers access to daily weather briefings as well as currency conversion for the Caribbean countries involved. Agriculture Minister Robert Prasad, who officially launched the service, commended Digicel for its partnership on the initiative.